Sports Nerd here. What's going on, folks? How you doing tonight? So the Stanley Cups, Stanley Cup playoffs start this weekend, and the first round is some interesting matchups. First, my Tampa Bay Lightning. I say my because it's my right to say that. Take on the Florida Panthers beginning tomorrow night. Steven Stamkos and Nikita Kucherov will be back in the lineup for the Bolts as they try and defend their Stanley Cup championship from last year when they played in the bubble. The Bolts have had their hands full with the Panthers this season, and I can only hope that Coach John Cooper has the team ready to go. With the revamped scheduling this year because of COVID, because the Canadian teams can't come across the border, it's odd. The Lightning are going to have their hands full with the Panthers as they have all season, and the route to the finals is going to be difficult. Beginning with this series and a possible matchup with the Carolina Panthers in round 2. I have anxiety just thinking about the first and second round. I hope they get past the first round and get past the second round. It makes it a little easier for the Bolts after that to get to the finals. And the other series I'm looking at is Montreal versus Toronto. The reason for that is because my good friend John Olson and co-host is a Leafs fan, and one of our most frequent guests, which I'll get into later, Mr. Ron Gallo, is a Montreal Canadiens fan. So this should be interesting. It's a classic rivalry. John, once again, is loving hockey because not only are the Leafs in the playoffs, but so are the good old Edmonton Oilers, where he used to live and maybe living again. We don't know yet. It's up in the air. With this being said, they have a really good shot at meeting each other in the second round. And I'm just thinking that we may have to pull him off the ceiling once if that series comes to fruition, because he's going to love it so much because he's going to sit back and just enjoy it. He won't care who wins. He just wants to see good hockey. I do love the NHL playoffs because it's probably the most exciting of all the playoffs in all the major sports. The reason I think that is because of how intense it gets. These players move into a new level when they play in the playoffs, and anybody can win. And hockey is such a high speed, high impact sport. It's probably the best playoffs I like to watch, even above the NFL playoffs. With that being said, I am here to promote the show, of course, and we have a great show lined up for tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Joining us in the first half of the show will be Mr. Derek Laughlin, noted fantasy guru and one of the most knowledgeable people, NFL related that I know. He's got many years of analyzing and predicting and being, especially when it comes to fantasy football, that you'll ever see. We are going to discuss in the first half all things NFL, including his thoughts on the recent NFL draft, the recent schedule release this week, and of course, since he is a Packers fan, we're going to get his take on the whole Aaron Rodgers drama. So I'm looking forward to speaking with him. Since we haven't had him on the show since before the draft, I expect it to be a high energy, laughable, a lot of fun, and there's going to be a lot of insight involved. In the last half of the show, beginning about 8 o'clock, we're going to have Ron Gallo to talk NHL playoffs. Ron is a lifelong fan, of hockey. It doesn't matter if it's NHL, AHL, whatever division you're in, lower level. I mean, he's a PA announcer for the Spruce Kings in where he lives. And you know what? I always get it wrong, so I'm not going to say where he lives because I always get it wrong, Ron. I won't do that. But I expect him to have a lot to say about the first round matchup between the Leafs and the Habs. I'm just going to sit back and let him and John talk because it's going to be just must see podcasting, I guess you could say. Ron's also high energy. He brings a lot to the table. I'm looking forward to seeing him again. It's been a while since we had him on the show. And it's always great talking NHL and anything hockey with Ron. We plan to have a full show tomorrow night. We got a lot on the docket. I hope to get some Major League Baseball and some NBA in. Hall of Fame was this weekend for the NBA. Breaking news tonight, Albert Pujols signs with the Dodgers. So we'll probably bring that stuff up. I hope you'll join us tomorrow night at 7 Eastern. And the show links are below this video. And we all hope to see you there. Peace out. Sports Nerd is done.